Tokyo Sidekick has one to four heroes, along with their trusty sidekicks, teaming up to defeat evil in and around Tokyo. You and your fellow heroes and sidekicks spend cards to move around to resolve incidents and defeat villains and supervillains until the menace appears. Completing these tasks earns you experience to upgrade and power up your characters. There are 10 heroes and 10 sidekicks, though heroes have specific sidekicks they pair well with. All players receive the same starting energy cards, plus one level 2 card that matches their specialty: red power, green concentration, or blue speed. Spend experience points to gain additional level 2 and 3 cards. Sidekicks don't have hero abilities, but can be equipped with their matching hero's gadget. Villains have a white border, supervillains black, and the menaces gold. Enemies get tougher as the game goes on. Defeat 2 villains before supervillains appear, defeat 2 supervillains to spawn the menace. Enemies may have nasty effects like making you discard certain cards when you end on their space. You must shatter the enemy's blue shield before you can defeat their red health, each in a single attack. This means you need to be joined by your sidekick and/or another player. At the start of your turn, you may activate standby phase skills or abilities. In the action phase, play from your face-up hand so that your teammates and you can plan together. The 7 main actions are shown on your player board. Pay the energy cost to do as many as you'd like in any order. Most character abilities activate during this phase. Many actions are straightforward, so I'll just focus on a few of them. If you're on a space with an incident card, pay the shown cost to resolve and clear it from the map to gain 2 experience points. Every time the crisis marker reaches the board's crisis space, yellow and red incidents damage the city. Red incidents also gain a burn token. If the city takes too much damage or any red incident gains 2 burn tokens, you lose. Experience points can be spent to add more powerful cards to your deck, unlock ability cards or your sidekick's gadget, upgrade skills in your player board, or upgrade your amazing duo card. All of these can be important and you won't be able to do everything, so plan carefully. To attack, activate as many energy cards as needed to bust the enemy's shield or drain their health. Each card icon deals 1 damage, but a hero's specialty energy deals 2 damage each. If your sidekick assists, you can assign energy cards for them to attack. Using both characters together allows you to apply your amazing duo attack bonus card. If other heroes or sidekicks are also present, they can join you by using their cards to deal even more damage. After a successful attack, all players involved earn 3 experience points. In the end phase, advance the crisis marker, adding a new incident if necessary. For each enemy on the board, take and place damage cards in your discard pile. Discard depleted energy cards and draw new ones. You may keep unplayed energy cards or discard them as well. Finally, if the crisis marker is on the red space, activate any enemy crime time effects. Move the destruction marker down 1 space for each yellow and red incident card still on the board. Add a burn token to each red incident, draw and place a new enemy on the board, resolving any evil arrives effects, and draw new incidents from the incident deck. Continue until defeating the menace or lose in one of these ways. The destruction gauge hits 15, you can't draw a new damage card, a red incident has 2 burns token, or you can't draw a new enemy or incident. Move around the city to resolve incidents and defeat enemies with the help of your sidekicks and teammates. That's Tokyo Sidekick. Our 4-player games have taken around 80 minutes, including the lengthy setup and takedown. Unless playing solo, don't expect games to be quicker than 60 minutes without awful or incredible luck. With 4 players, you'll activate enemies and incidents more often, but you have more people to team with. I'll talk more about scaling later. Stick to a dining table. The board is enormous and the play areas are about the size of placemats. There's quite a bit of grade 3 rating, although more than half of it is flavor text. The board is dark, the names are small, and are English versions of Japanese names. I'll talk more about this later. Math is low single-digit multiplication, along with some simple addition. You'll need to plan and maximize your turns and abilities, although there are family weight co-ops with meteor decisions, so try this with experienced 9-year-old gamers. A teen or adult needs to be around though. In our second game of Tokyo Sidekick, we were dominating. Dad and Dave were handling the side missions while me and Mom were taking out villains like that. Things soon started to get out of control. We needed to split up because villains and incidents were all across the map, yet we weren't able to deal enough damage, all the while taking too much damage. We lost. Again. Oh well. For being a superhero-themed co-op, Tokyo Sidekick doesn't capture the theme. The cooperation is really weak compared to an Adam and Brady Sadler game, the tension isn't there like in Rescue Polar Bears, and the action isn't there like in Aeon's End. You feel less like the Avengers and more like characters that just happen to be in the same neighborhood. The incidents have excellent graphic design. They're clean, the look and flavor text capture the theme, and the mini-map immediately shows where to place them. The power-up and player boards are well designed, but the main board is a disaster. It's very busy, and the names have small print that is covered by the standees. This is bad because the hero, sidekick, and enemy cards don't show you the location, so you'll start the game scanning the map and do it again every time a new enemy comes out. Sure, it's shown in the rulebook, which is physically large, but why not just design the board in a smarter way? The hero cards are also way too busy. On a handful of the cards, the civilian art covers your upgrade cost. It's the same for all characters, but that's not the point. Who thought that this was a good idea? At least the other cards, abilities, gadgets, duos/train energy, and damage, are clean and easy to follow. The acrylic standees are really nice, but add too much to the game's price. The cardboard standees are nice and still show the great artwork. For around the price of the deluxe edition, in Canadian dollars, you can get Aeon's End and the big boxes of War Eternal and the New Age, or Street Masters and an expansion. For around the price of the standard edition, you can get Legendary Marvel and Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Another problem the game has is that there can be quarterbacking, which is where bossy players take command of what others should do. If kids are already bored and or frustrated, quarterbacking won't help. They'd rather just leave and go read their comic books. Watch for this. We love difficult co-ops, Arkham Horror and ones already mentioned, Aeon's End and Rescue Polar Bears, but this doesn't feel right. There isn't that big of a difference between 3 and 4 players here in terms of setup and game flow, yet losing that additional hero and sidekick can make things tough, especially depending on how enemies and incidents come out. When we saw Tokyo Sidekick on Kickstarter, it looked amazing. A superhero co-op with hand management, light deck building, and a board puzzle that forces us to maximize and optimize? Yeah. It did not live up to my expectations. It's a weak co-op, the deck building and upgrade system isn't satisfying at all, and the graphic design hurts accessibility. Worst of all is that it's not fun. Add an expensive price tag and use something I do not recommend. This reminds me of Brook City, my least favorite Sadler Brothers' game, but weaker in nearly every way. For now, if you're craving a superhero-themed co-op, stick to Legendary Marvel or even Marvel Champions, which I didn't enjoy but recommend over this, and watch for the upcoming superhero game, Hour of Need.